Witness humans and animals at their most extreme encounters, capturing the raw terror and awe of nature on camera.
In 2024, a man was kayak fishing in headwaters about 4 feet deep when he had the most terrifying experience of his life because he had no idea predators were lurking in the shallow water. It's not every day an alligator jumps out of the water and tries to bite down on your kayak. Kudos to the man because he did not panic. He got his paddle out of the way and completely avoided the beast.
Holy.
Speaking of close encounters, this fisherman was on his usual day shift, catching dozens of fish with his net, when he accidentally caught something much bigger than he'd anticipated, a great white shark.
Pretty close to the shore, ain't he?
Yeah. Fucking windjammer's right there.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
The shark was still alive but wasn't moving around, making the fisherman think he could still salvage the situation and throw it back into the water. But the shark not moving didn't make things any less dangerous.
Plenty of life in him. Holy shit.
The shark started flopping around if things weren't bad enough already. So now the question was, how does a fisherman carry a shark over 1,000 kilograms or 2,000 pounds and return it to the water?
On an ordinary day, a remarkable discovery left the fishermen of Japan stunned. An encounter with a rarely seen giant from the depths of the ocean. Measuring an impressive 6 meters in length and weighing around 2 tons, the megamouth shark, a species known for its elusive nature and deep-sea habitat, was unexpectedly hauled in by the fishermen. After being caught, the giant megamouth shark was left on the shore where it continued to amaze onlookers with its impressive size and strange, wide mouth. The discovery sparked curiosity and awe as locals marveled at this rare visitor from the deep. An extraordinary fishing trip takes a terrifying turn in the waters of Australia, leaving these fishermen with a story they'll never forget. Suddenly, a giant creature emerges, its massive tail thrashing the water, dwarfing the fisherman's boat. The men scramble to speed up, trying to outrun the behemoth as it looms closer. The fishermen breathe a sigh of relief when the creature's pursuit ended as abruptly as it began. Their encounter with the mysterious giant left them shaken, but unharmed. In the heart of the ocean, a rare encounter leaves divers in awe as they encounter a giant of the deep. Amid the vast underwater landscape, the divers pause, captivated by the sight of an enormous octopus. Its sheer size is breathtaking, a magnificent display of nature's wonders in the depths of the Pacific. As the octopus glides effortlessly through the water, the divers continue documenting the encounter, reveling in the rare opportunity to witness such a majestic creature in its natural habitat. In the serene daylight, a remarkable encounter awaits by the river's edge. A massive white sturgeon glides gracefully through the shallow water. Unfazed by its size, the man approaches, captivated by the gentle giant. He holds the sturgeon's head with care and awe, capturing the incredible scene before guiding the majestic creature back to the depths. What begins as a relaxing fishing trip takes an unexpected turn when a fisherman experiences a thrilling encounter.
Get away! Get away! It's a good trout! It's a good trout! Get away from it! Oh!
Bump him again.
As he pulled in his catch, the fisherman suddenly noticed something huge moving in the water, following closely behind. His heart races as he realizes the creature is not just curious, it's coming after his fish. The monster fish strikes fiercely, attacking the caught fish with wild aggression. The fisherman watches in awe and disbelief as the battle between predator and prey unfolds just inches from the boat.
Stumbling upon weird sea creatures is one thing, but what this guy encountered while speeding through a river in Brazil is on a whole other level because he didn't see fish. He saw jaguars. Not every day you see a couple of jaguars swimming across the river right next to you. So this fisherman was lucky to see them up close. And just to make sure he wasn't hallucinating, he savored the moment. That said, while it was a once-in-a-lifetime sight, and the fishermen were lucky to witness the jaguars up close, following them with the boat was probably not a great idea. After all, these animals love their privacy.
Exceptionnel. Là, c'est là le moment où il va falloir faire des belles photos.
The following footage comes from Brazil, where fishermen found another group asleep on their boat. Rather than letting them rest, however, they decided to play a very dangerous prank on their friends. The people sleeping in the boat had no idea what was coming their way. They were up for a rude awakening because an unwelcome guest had just joined them in the boat, and it wasn't human. Waking up to a crocodile crawling right next to you has to be a terrifying experience. Yet the fisherman kept his composure and didn't jump. That didn't mean he wasn't in danger, though. The following footage comes from a French island in the Caribbean, where tourists were on a boat trip near the coast when they noticed movement under their boat. It was only when they looked down, however, that they realized they were living the dream. Friendly creatures always approach tourists in the wild, but there's something extra special about a dolphin swimming with you, almost like a pet. And from the looks, the dolphin also seems to be enjoying it. Much like manta rays, dolphins are also incredibly intelligent, so much so that they can even learn different skills and display emotion. So a dolphin must like you if it decides to join you for a ride. It turns out there are vegetarian fish that love lettuce. We've all seen piranhas completely obliterating someone's body in a movie, but things are a little different in real life because while these fish are dangerous, they also taste great, and people catch them for a living.
Bata teu dedo muito. Esse carinha boa.
Dangling a bit of meat off the edge and hoping for the best is not the best way to catch a piranha. Yet these folks are doing it anyway, even if they run the danger of one biting their hand. However, while most think of piranhas as man-eating monsters, you'd be surprised to discover that most are herbivores. And even when they're not, they're only attracted by blood and open flesh. Speaking of dangerous situations, these folks were on a fishing trip in 2021 when they noticed something was off because rather than attracting any fish they wanted to catch, they'd attracted something much bigger.
Right here.
They could see a big silhouette circling their boat, and with them in the middle of nowhere, there was no running away from it. But what exactly was this big creature, and what did it want from them?
Oh my god. Whoa, there it is! Oh my god!
Not every day you see a massive shark swim up to your boat, so they were understandably having the time of their lives. However, the shark wasn't as friendly as they'd thought. Speaking of unexpected encounters, these fishermen were going about their day when they noticed something big approaching their boat. But lucky for them, it wasn't a deadly shark. It was a whale shark.
Yan ngulong, Kel.
Dapat ka tidak kasi dia tanggal.
It didn't just approach their boat for no reason, though. The poor creature was stuck in a rope and couldn't figure out how to break free. So it asked the fishermen for help. How incredible is that?
Rescue. Can you? Kau kopia.
The fishermen spent a couple of minutes trying to find a way to cut the rope, and they eventually did. But they didn't expect the whale shark's reaction after being freed.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wah, happy dia. Wah, happy dia. Thank.
Out on the waters of Vancouver Island, a fisherman enjoys the serenity of kayak fishing, unaware that an unexpected challenge awaits beneath the surface. With a sudden pull on his line, the fisherman realizes he's caught something enormous. To his amazement, it's a massive giant Pacific octopus putting up a fierce fight from below. In awe and excitement, the fisherman gazes at the giant creature on his rod, realizing that this is his first time encountering such a catch, an unforgettable moment on the open water. A calm morning turns somber as locals gather by the shore to witness a massive discovery. A colossal sperm whale lies motionless, washed ashore. Its enormous size and strong smell leave the onlookers in awe and disbelief. As the community gathers, the air is filled with curiosity and sadness. The unexpected presence of this majestic creature becomes the talk of the morning. Off the coast of Cairns, Australia, a fishing crew sets out for what they think will be a routine day at sea. Little do they know the unexpected will soon leap into their lives. As the line pulls tight, the crew prepares for what is a significant catch. Suddenly, the water erupts and a massive 600-pound black marlin leaps into the boat, sending the crew scrambling. Despite their efforts, the marlin's powerful movements and sharp bill prove too much to handle. The crew watches as the mighty fish frees itself and dives back into the depths, leaving behind a story they'll tell for years. A quiet walk along the shoreline led to an intriguing discovery. A mysterious object washed ashore.
Just walking along the coastline, I found this. Just wondered if it's ambergris or not.
Cautious and unsure, he wondered if the unusual waxy lump might be ambergris, a rare and valuable substance known for its connection to the ocean's most incredible mammals. He conducted a simple flame test back home, watching the material's reaction closely. His suspicions were confirmed, and he was fascinated by his unexpected find. A peaceful day of musky fishing takes an unexpected turn, testing the nerves of one determined angler. As he casts his line into the river, the calm is suddenly broken when a massive snake approaches, startling him. Panic sets in as the snake swims toward the boat, but he reacts quickly, trying to use the fishing rod to keep it at bay.
Oh, shoot! Oh! Yeah, buddy!
In sheer panic, the snake manages to crawl partially into the boat. With quick thinking, the fisherman avoids disaster, and to his relief, the snake leaps back into the water, leaving him stunned, but unharmed. On a serene day out on the ocean, a couple set sail for a peaceful fishing trip, unaware that a surprise awaited them beneath the surface.
Shake it out my pocket. Big grass. Just don't do anything right now.
As they cast their line and settled into the rhythm of the sea, the calm was soon interrupted by a sudden, powerful pull on the fishing rod. The tension was palpable as the man gripped the rod, struggling to reel in whatever it was on the other end.
Incredible, guys.
He's so beautiful.
Determined, they continued their efforts. Moments later, a massive fish emerged from the depths. To their astonishment, it was an endangered giant Napoleon fish, a rare and majestic creature that left them both in awe of the ocean's mysteries. Deep in the Tonga Trench, a rare and remarkable creature unexpectedly appears while exploring the ocean's depths. With their equipment in place, the researchers wait as their deep-sea cameras capture the underwater world. After a few moments, a shadowy figure approaches the bait, its intriguing and mysterious presence. The elusive Magnapinna squid, or big fin squid, emerges from the depths, its long, ghostly arms stretching up to 8 meters. The rare sight leaves the researchers in awe as they witness this deep-sea marvel. On a typical day at the beach, something rare and unusual catches the attention of everyone nearby. As the group watches, a mysterious creature appears in the water, slowly approaching the shore. Soon, a massive 20-foot oarfish emerges, drawing the attention of everyone around. The giant oarfish swims gracefully along the shoreline, unbothered by the crowd. The fishermen and onlookers simply watch, fascinated by the rare sight, and leave the oarfish to continue swimming undisturbed. What starts as an ordinary day at sea takes a dramatic turn, captured in stunning detail on a cell phone camera. Out of nowhere, a whale breaches and crashes into a small fishing boat, throwing the two fishermen into the ocean. The force of the impact leaves the ship heavily damaged as the stunned fishermen struggle in the water. Nearby teens act quickly, steering their boat toward the scene to rescue the fishermen. Thanks to their fast response, the fishermen are saved, turning a terrifying moment into a story of courage and teamwork. Under the quiet night sky, a group of fishermen in Taiwan encounter a rare and exciting moment that changes their routine.
好恐怖啊！这怎么回事？快看，我还被鱼 K 到啊！真是。
Out of nowhere, sardines begin leaping out of the water, some landing right in the fisherman's boat. The air fills with laughter and cheers as they scramble to collect the unexpected catch.
哎，用捡的就好了啦，还要钓吗？天哪！
The fishermen can't hide their excitement as the boat quickly fills with jumping sardines. Thanks to this rare and lively scene, it's a night they'll never forget. As dawn breaks over Hua Hin Beach, locals gather along the shore, drawn to a mysterious sight unfolding before them. The beach is filled with locals using nets, baskets, and sieves to collect various sea creatures, including fish, crabs, and cuttlefish. As they sift through the water, the area becomes abuzz with activity, and the unusual number of creatures surprises them. In addition to the usual sea life, some witnesses spotted a strange sea creature unlike anything they had seen before. A long, snake-like figure appeared along the shore, leaving everyone stunned and wondering about the origins of these mysterious creatures.
In 2022, a woman kayaking and fishing through a river caught something she wouldn't have anticipated in her wildest dreams. Her catch was so big that for a second, it felt like she'd caught a dinosaur.
What you got? Like a 100-pound turtle. You need my net?
It wasn't a dinosaur, though. It was a 100-pound turtle. And not just any turtle. It was an alligator snapping turtle, the largest freshwater turtle species. But that's not what makes these big guys special.
Oh my God, what a turtle. Let me get over there.
The woman had no idea what she was dealing with. There's a reason why these creatures are called alligator snapping turtles, because with a bite force of 1,000 pounds, their powerful jaws can snap through bone.
Have to cut it.
In 2021, a fisherman traveled to a South American lagoon to catch exotic fish. And as the hours went by, he thought he was gonna leave empty-handed until he angled something he'd never seen before.
Whoa, dude, that is the strangest fish.
It was a suckermouth catfish, which isn't even that rare. However, the surprising thing about this particular catch was that it looked different from most other fish species. So much so that the fishermen couldn't even identify it for a while.
That is the nastiest creature.
Is that? Whole. I mean, that thing looks like it's from outer space.
Unlike most other fish, the suckermouth catfish can breathe air, frequently surfacing to inhale oxygen through its gills if there isn't enough in the water. So in a way, these folks weren't entirely wrong to think they just caught an alien.
That thing is wild.
That is one gnarly fish.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Outer space.
On a peaceful day in the Philippines, something unexpected caught the attention of residents. A giant and mysterious creature was found washed up on the shore. Its enormous size and unfamiliar appearance caught the attention of residents, who were left in awe and confusion. Marine experts soon arrived to investigate. After close inspection, they noted its peculiar features, but could not immediately identify it, so they decided to conduct further tests to uncover its true nature.
In 2021, some folks were fishing in the Gulf of Mexico when they noticed a massive silhouette approaching them. But much to their horror, it wasn't a friendly creature. It was a great white shark. Most people would recoil with horror in this situation, but these folks, they thought dropping some fish for the shark and getting it closer to their boat would be a good idea.
No wonder he's not drinking today. No way. Put it in my belly. Put it in my...
At this point, the shark was virtually touching their boat, and it didn't look satiated by that tiny fish either. This was the moment of truth. Was the shark gonna attack them and bite into their boat?
You want to pet him, there's your chance.
In September 2024, fishermen in India snagged one of the biggest catches of their lives. A manta ray that was so massive that it needed 2 people to move. But that wasn't the only thing that made it special. Catching a manta ray is no small feat because these are some of the most intelligent creatures in the ocean. They have one of the largest brain to body mass ratios of any fish. So catching one is not child's play. That said, while the catch was impressive, it wasn't great for the environment because manta ray populations worldwide suffer from overfishing. Many people think that catching intelligent creatures like these should not be allowed.
In the quiet waters of Nova Scotia, a remarkable discovery left the local fishermen in awe. What was found, against all odds, has sparked curiosity far beyond the small town of Pictou Landing.
Albino lobster, guys. Woo! It was the last trap on the trawl, and I seen something white.
What lobster fisher A.J. Francis discovered...
Fisherman A.J. Francis was just beginning his day when something unusual appeared in the final trap of his haul. Upon closer inspection, he couldn't believe his eyes. Something entirely different from the usual catch was waiting inside.
Currently on display in the lobster tank at the local Sobeys grocery store, Francis has donated it to the Northumberland Fisheries Museum in Pictou, which houses other rare lobsters, including...
He discovered a rare albino lobster, so uncommon that it's believed to occur only once in 100 million lobsters. Its pale, colorless shell results from a genetic condition known as leucism, making it a living marvel in marine life. Something unusual recently appeared on a beach in Thailand, capturing the attention of locals and experts.
You may have seen some bizarre headlines popping up. One of the latest stories to make waves on social media is about a strange creature that washed up on the shores of Thailand.
At first glance, the fisherman thought it was driftwood, but he realized it was much more unusual upon closer inspection. The creature, measuring about 4 meters in length, had a body covered in scales and an odd, large head that appeared almost cartoonish in proportion.
Speculation among both locals and scientists. In this article, we'll explore what we know so far about this mysterious creature and what it could possibly be.
Scientists and marine experts were called to investigate this bizarre find. The creature's large, bulging eyes and gaping mouth filled with sharp teeth have left experts puzzled, with some speculating it could be a rare deep-sea fish, or even a prehistoric species that survived today. A surprising twist on an ordinary fishing trip unfolds when a woman reels in a catch that reveals a surprise inside.
It's the fish that I caught.
Is it videoing?
Yes, it's videoing, I think.
Let me see.
Yes, it's counting. Okay, so inside the fish that I caught.
As she examines her catch, the woman notices that the fish appears to have something inside its mouth. Curious, she grabs some tongs and carefully opens the fish's mouth to investigate further.
That one's already dead.
To her astonishment, she pulls out another fish, almost identical in size to the one she just caught. The unusual discovery leaves everyone around her stunned, wondering how such an event could happen.
We've seen people fishing some amazing creatures out of the ocean, but what if someone told you that animals are perhaps even more efficient at that job? Because this, right here, is the perfect example of nature at its finest. It may look like a bird fishing for some food, but there's more to it than meets the eye, because just under the water, 2 seals are working overtime to feed themselves and bring fish for the bird. It shows that even when animals cannot communicate, they can still somehow find a way to work together toward a common goal and maintain balance. It's the circle of life. Seals are often dubbed as dogs of the ocean because not only are they friendly, but they're also very social. And this is the perfect example of that, because never in a million years did these folks think a hungry seal would invade their boat.
He's gonna get in the boat, look at him. Oh my God! He's getting in the boat! Is he supposed to do that? Oh my God!
The seal didn't care if it was invited. It knew these folks had some fish in their boat, so it had to appear. And luckily, it hit the jackpot, as these people were delighted to see their guests.
Oh my God, did I forget you? I'm gonna get in the tank myself. Oh my Lord. Oh, yay!
Sometimes fishermen stumble upon something so rare that they can't believe what they've caught. These guys, for instance, thought they were angling a green mahi-mahi fish. However, things changed when they pulled it out of the water.
Kidding me. There we go. What's up, dude?
Mija.
Look at that.
Don't let him fall off. Turn around.
Mahi-mahi can change colors depending on the situation, and they usually appear green while caught. But in rare instances, when they don't feel threatened, these fish can retain their blue color after being caught.
Hold on, do that. But go this way, over here.
Yep,
That's pretty. Wow.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Yes. In 2021, a man was fishing near the Florida Keys when he felt something big tug on his fishing rod. And it was at that very moment that he knew he'd caught something big and special.
Okay, got a big parrotfish. I mean a monster.
Don't let him bite you. The hook's right there.
No, set him in the bottom of the boat.
The parrotfish was bluer than the ocean. However, the color wasn't the only thing that made it special. The parrotfish has a jaw with fused teeth, but more importantly, it has a second set of teeth in its throat to crush hard rock.
His mouth. There you go. Look at that mouth.
Moreover, these fascinating creatures spend up to 80% of their lives looking for food and can grow as much as 2.5 feet long.
Look at that mouth. The parrotfish are biting today. Okay, he's going back. See you later.
In 2022, a man was fishing off the coast of Texas when he caught a needlefish. But while he knew how dangerous these creatures could be, he was in for a big surprise when he encountered one.
Yep. Needlefish number 2. Whoa! Calm down, big guy. Calm down, big guy.
The needlefish was relentless, trying to break free from his line. However, the man wasn't just gonna let it go that easily and wanted to take a closer look, which, as it turned out, was a big mistake.
It's sketchy because you see that point, it's sharp, and he also has teeth, so let's see what the best way of doing. Ow! That was not the best way.
While the bite was already bad, he was lucky the fish didn't fling itself out of the water at him, which, believe it or not, is not that rare. And since these fish are incredibly quick, these attacks can be lethal.
Ow! Oh! Oh, look what he did. Okay, folks.
Following footage comes from Thailand, and there's something very weird about it because, while it initially looks like these fishermen are walking on a stone floor in their boat, it's something else entirely. Their boat is filled with jellyfish, which is already insane enough. But to make matters even crazier, they're walking around on it barefooted like it's no big deal. While they seem fine, this is not normal behavior because jellyfish don't like touching. These creatures can sting their prey with tentacles, releasing a venom that paralyzes their targets. So these folks are on thin ice. March 2019, a fisherman caught a rockfish off the coast of British Columbia, Canada. Except that he wasn't doing it for himself. Instead, he had something very special planned for the fish.
Hey, here, we'll throw it on this side so we get better view. Come and get it, buddy.
Rockfish are tasty and have extremely long lives, so much so that some can live up to 150 years. This particular fish, however, wasn't gonna end up at a restaurant. It was lunch for another creature. Turns out a bald eagle had been on the prowl for a while and had its eyes on the rockfish. So rather than trying to fight nature, the fisherman decided to let the bird feast.
Right on.
2023, a group of anglers was kayak fishing in Saugus, Massachusetts, when they stumbled upon one of the biggest catches of their lives because they hadn't just caught a fish. They'd caught a massive snapping turtle.
Bro, I can grab him by the tail if I can get there. Oh, that's a good one.
Dude, he's fucking huge.
What do I do?
Snapping turtles already look like dinosaurs with their pointed scales, but what made this particular turtle special was its size, as it had probably been living in the area for dozens of years. Even more importantly though, it wasn't aggressive.
How heavy is he?
He's a big fucking
Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Dude, he's huge.
That didn't mean they could simply toy around with the turtle, as a single bite was enough to tear through their kayaks. But of course, they weren't there to catch turtles. They were angling fish, so they did the right thing and set it free.
Either.
I don't want to get too close like that. Just...
You will rip your hand off, but
You will? How the fuck are you supposed to get out of there, dude?
So, was this catch rare, or did these guys catch the fish off guard? In 2023, a group of fishermen angled in one of the most dangerous and aggressive fish, the wolffish. Except that they couldn't believe their luck as this was the biggest wolffish they'd ever caught.
And it is an absolute giant. If you've seen him before in my videos, they can bite like crazy. That thing's huge, dude. Kind of scared to grab hold. Dude, I'm scared it was gonna...
Catching these bad boys is not child's play, and there's a reason why they're called wolffish. They have strong teeth and powerful jaws, so much so that they can even bite through hard-shelled creatures in the ocean.
A few last year, but I've never seen one this big. They get huge. They get like 6 feet long. I don't even know how this one fit in a trap.
But of course, seeing is believing, and these guys were curious to find out if the wolffish was as ferocious as they'd expected. So, they thought it'd be a great idea to make it bite into a soda can.
It exploded! Oh my word! No effort there. Look at this soda can.
Witness a terrifying yet breathtaking incident as people in a fishing boat open up one of the doors at the back of the vessel to grab lines in the water and reel in the fish they've caught, except that things don't exactly go according to plan. As water rushes into the boat, almost sweeping them off their feet, things get slightly out of hand. However, while they think they've weathered the storm, the ocean still has other tricks in store for them. Even though this looks dangerous, these people are perfectly safe because these boats are designed to let the ocean spill in and drain it out from the bottom. So don't worry, they're not going down. A sculpin may not look unique or impressive, but it's a fascinating fish regardless because it doesn't have any scales. Instead, it has naked skin, usually covered with small spines, so this catch is special.
Okay. Excuse me, number 9.
one might make him unmeasurable.
Alright, cool.
That's not all though, because the sculpin is a bottom-dwelling creature that rests on the sea floor and isn't usually active during the daytime. So catching multiple of these on a fishing trip is not as common as you'd think.
While kayaking on a quiet day, a man encounters something in the water that leaves him stunned. As he paddles, the man notices a strange, long creature in the water that catches his eye. It resembles a jellyfish, but is unlike anything he has ever seen before.
I would not.
Curious, the man uses his paddle to get a closer look, but the creature slips away before he can touch it. He's left wondering what exactly he just encountered in the open sea. While out at sea, a group of fishermen witness an unbelievable event that seems to defy explanation. Jet speed overhead, drawing the fishermen's attention. Moments later, a strange UFO appears in the sky, moving erratically before crashing into the water, shocking the fishermen. Soon after the crash, a helicopter appears overhead, urgently directing the fishermen to leave the area. Still stunned by the event, the fishermen comply as they process what they've just witnessed. What begins as a routine fishing trip turns into an unforgettable moment. The fisherman reels in his catch, the rod bending under the strain as something massive fights back. Suddenly, the water erupts, hinting at the unexpected presence of a large predator. A massive shark leaps partially out of the water, its power and size on full display as it resists the line. The fisherman freezes, briefly convinced the shark might jump aboard before it plunges back into the depths. Under the quiet night sky, a group of fishermen find themselves in the middle of an unexpected marine encounter. As the boat drifts through the water, the fishermen are startled by a large group of sharks circling. The sharks seem to be hunting, focusing on the birds flying above, creating an intense yet mesmerizing scene. The sharks swim in coordinated movements, chasing the birds and displaying incredible speed and precision. This captivating display raises questions. Could this be a sign of a shark problem or a natural marine phenomenon?
Sometimes fishermen stumble upon something so bizarre and alien that it surprises everyone. And that's exactly what happened to this guy in 2023. It may look like a Lovecraftian horror that shouldn't exist on this planet, but it's as real as it gets. This is the basket star, and not only can it move every individual limb, but it's also faster than its other starfish siblings. Like other weird sea creatures, the basket star prefers deeper waters and can be found thousands of feet deep. Moreover, it unfurls its arms, each lined with hooks, to catch food, and can live up to 35 years.
What starts as a routine day at sea becomes an extraordinary struggle when a surprising guest appears amidst the catch. As they pull in their haul, a shark, caught in the frenzy of the catch, unexpectedly appears. The fishermen, caught off guard, quickly work to release it from the net. With the shark safely returned to the water, the fishermen reflect on the unpredictable nature of the ocean, where every catch can bring an unexpected encounter. In the frigid depths of Antarctica, a rare and eerie encounter leaves scientists both awestruck and astonished. This elusive giant phantom jellyfish, a true enigma of the ocean, emerges from the deep. With less than 130 sightings ever recorded, its ghostly presence is both mesmerizing and rare. Floating just 80 meters below the surface, this deep-sea giant reveals itself in a moment of scientific wonder. The team watches in awe, capturing a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse of this incredible creature, often described as an underwater dementor. A baffling discovery emerges from the waters of China, leaving locals stunned by its appearance. Cradling the strange being in his hands, the man can't hide his astonishment. Its unusual shape, reminiscent of a human form, raises endless questions. As he prepares to capture the moment, the creature's subtle gestures bring a new layer of mystery. Is this a new species or a bizarre anomaly? The river holds its secrets, and this one has captured the imagination of all who behold it. On a quiet night at sea, a fisherman drifts through the dark waters, unaware of the strange encounter that's about to unfold. Suddenly, he spots an unknown creature chasing his boat, its glowing eyes piercing through the darkness. The beast leaps through the water, keeping close behind. As the fisherman moves forward, the mysterious creature relentlessly follows, staying hidden in the dark, leaving everyone to wonder what kind of creature it truly is. What could it be? Out at sea, a fisherman enjoys a peaceful day on the water, unaware that something unusual is about to unfold. As the fisherman pulls in his line, he is shocked to discover that only a shark's head has surfaced, with the rest of the body mysteriously missing. Stunned by the eerie find, the fisherman is left wondering what could have caused this strange and unsettling sight in the depths of the sea. A tranquil day on the river takes a dramatic turn when a group of fishermen stumble upon an unusual sight in the water. As they approach, they notice an eagle struggling in the water, entangled in the tight grip of a large octopus. The fishermen decide to intervene. Using a long pole, the fishermen skillfully pry the octopus's tentacles off the eagle. Freed at last, the eagle flaps its wings and escapes, retreating to the safety of the riverbank.
We've seen a fish bite into a soda can, but what happens when you put a giant squid in the same situation? These folks had that exact question and decided to test it themselves.
We have a giant squid. We're gonna try and see right now, will a squid bite through a Coke can or Pepsi can or whatever? Here we go, ready? Watch.
Of course, a Humboldt squid doesn't exactly have a mouth like a fish, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a sucker. The squid's opening has teeth and a sharp beak to tear through flesh.
Mad. He's getting mad. Oh, he's getting mad. Watch out, watch out. Okay. Oh my gosh. Marwan, here we go, ready? Put it in there. Oh my gosh!
The squid doesn't take a second before biting into the can, and it's so strong that it cuts a whole chunk out of the can. So sticking your finger in there is probably not a good idea.
One more time, one more time. He's mean.
3 times.
Let's put him back in there. Oh, he's hungry.
Most fishermen use worms or other small creatures as bait, which makes sense because many fish are carnivorous. However, is it possible for someone to catch one by using lettuce as bait?
A hook, here we go, that's the bait. All right, some of the fish with the rod tip, watch this. Put this rod in the water like this. There they are, okay?
Most people think fishing is a slow exercise, sitting for hours with a rod in your hand, waiting for a fish to catch onto your bait. But these folks are about to show how good they are by using only lettuce.
3, 2, boom. He ate it. There we go. Oh, he spit it up. You saw it everywhere. Oh my gosh. It's a vegetable.
If you thought catching piranhas by hand and putting them in a bucket was reckless, prepare yourselves for something even crazier as this guy dumps them out in his boat, with little to no protection from these menaces. While you may question his methods and their safety, you can't deny his efficiency, as he's catching dozens of these bad boys by the second. In 2021, a group of fishermen were returning from their journey when birds hounded them. So being the good folks they were, they decided to share some of their haul and let the birds feast. What they didn't realize, though, was that birds weren't the only creatures trying to score some fish, and something else was lurking right underneath their boat, waiting for the perfect chance to pounce. It was a sea lion, which, if you didn't know, is very different from a seal. Sea lions can be extremely dangerous, so these folks needed to be careful and not get too friendly with the beast. Speaking of massive turtles, here's yet another instance of a 120-pound alligator snapping turtle found in the wild. Except that this time, the person knew what he was doing because he was there to rescue it.
Okay, watch your feet. You're just bringing them straight to shore.
Caught by famous aquascaper Greg Wittstock, the turtle was in dire condition, living amongst a sea of mud. So it had to be rescued, but of course that didn't make the danger of handling it any less significant.
Ha! That's a giant. Let's check them out. Yeah. Let me get out of the boat. Yep, go ahead.
It's worth noting that while these massive snapping turtles have incredible bite force, they don't tend to attack humans. So as long as you're careful, which these folks certainly were, you're good. While fishing strange creatures out of the ocean is exciting, there's something even more satisfying when you catch something you know is extremely rare and valuable, which is exactly what happened to these folks on their fishing trip.
Oh, Fred.
There's no movie magic here. These guys caught a real blue lobster. What made this catch even more special was that if you catch 2 million lobsters, chances are only one will be blue like this.
These blue lobsters, but there's no way. They have got to be way more rare. This is the same general area where I got the blue lobster last year. My father just caught this.
Of course, blue lobsters themselves aren't rare as they're bred in aquariums as showpieces. However, finding one naturally occurring in an ocean is like finding a needle in a haystack. These are truly real-life shiny Pokemon.
That is a very, very pretty blue. It's a female with a big V-notch in her tail, so that means it's got to be released. You got blue